Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, Music with Todd Ledbetter, and we are back with some more Rolling Stones. We are going to be taking a look at Between the Buttons, which is released in 1967. Super excited about that. I don't know why I say that. Why do YouTubers say they're super super excited? I just am. I'm in a really good mood today. But let's read a little bit about the Rolling Stones' Between the Buttons. It's the 5th British and the 7th American studio albums by the English rock band The Rolling Stones, released on January 20th, 1967 in the UK and February 11th in the US as the follow-up to Aftermath, which we did. I got the whole full album of Aftermath up there too if you want to check it out. It reflected the Stones' brief foray, how do you say that? foray into psychedelia and Baroque pop balladry. I don't know what Baroque pop balladry is. It is among the band's most musically eclectic works. Multi-instrumentalist Brian Jones abandoned his guitar on much of this album, instead playing a wide variety of other instruments, including organ, marimba, vibraphone, and kazoo, of all things. I'll keep an ear out for that. Piano contributions came from 2 session players, former Rolling Stones member Ian Stewart and frequent contributor Jack Nitzsch. It would be the last album produced by Andrew Oldham, who had to this point acted as the band's manager and produced all of their albums. As with prior albums, the American and British versions contain slightly different tracks. The American version of Between the Buttons, which includes Let's Spend the Night Together and Ruby Tuesday, is on the 2003 and the 2012 version of Rolling Stone magazine's 500 Greatest Albums of All Time. It doesn't say which one, but Between the Buttons reached number 3 in the British album charts and number 2 in the US Billboard Top LP charts. So there we go. Let's go ahead and let's see, get started. This is always trying to mess me up here. Okay, let's make sure we start with the first song. Here we go. I'm going to start off with Let's Spend the Night Together.
Let's spend the night together. Now I need you more than ever. Let's spend the night together now. Oh, let's spend the night together. Now I need you more than ever, woman. Let's spend the night together. I'm satisfied. You're every need, woman. Let's spend the night together. Now I know you satisfy me, woman. Let's spend the night together. I beg you, baby. Let's spend the night together. Come on now.
Classic Stones, for sure. They probably still play that song live.
Who wants yesterday's papers? Who wants yesterday's girl? Who wants yesterday's papers? Nobody in the world. After this time I finally learned. After the pain and hurt, after all this, what have I achieved? I realize it's time to leave. Cause who wants yesterday's papers? Who wants yesterday's girl? Who wants yesterday's papers? Nobody in the world. I'm living a life of constant change. Every day means a turn of the page. Yesterday's papers are such bad news. The same thing applies to me and you. Just one girl, when there's a million in the world. All of these people just can't wait to fall right into their big mistake.
Never heard that song before. Ruby Tuesday, of course I have.
She would never say where she came from. Yesterday don't matter if it's gone. While the sun is bright, or in the darkest night, no one knows. She comes and goes. Goodbye, Ruby Tuesday. Who could hang a name on you when you change with every new day? Still I'm gonna miss you. Don't question why she needs to be so free. She'll tell you it's the only way to be. She just can't be chained to a life where nothing's gained and nothing's lost at such a cost. There's no time to lose, I heard her say. catch your dreams before they slip away. Dying all the time. Lose your dreams and you will lose your mind. In life unkind. Goodbye, Ruby Tuesday. Who could hang a name on you when you change with every new day? Still I'm gonna miss you. Goodbye, Ruby Tuesday. Who could hang a name on you when you change with every new day? Still I'm gonna miss you.
3, 4. It sounded like a recorder, not a flute. Cello, piano, and flute song.
All I want to do is to get back to you. Connection, just can't make no connection. And all I want to do is to get back to you. Everything is going in the wrong direction. The doctor wants to give me more injections. Giving me shots for 1,000 rare infections. And I don't know if they let me go. Connection, I just can't make no connection. And all I want to do is to get back to you. Connection, I just can't make it. Connection, all I want to do is to get back to you. The bags, they get a very close inspection. I wonder why it is that they suspect them. They tried to add me to their collection. And I don't know if they let me go. Connection, I just can't make no connection. And all I want to do is to get back to you. Connection, I just can't make no connection. And all I want to do is to get back to you. Connection, I just can't make no connection. And all I want to do is to get back to you.
Nice little ditty. She smiled sweetly.
Why do my thoughts loom so large on me? They seem to stay for day after day and won't disappear. I've tried every way.
Was this on another album
She
earlier?
smiles sweetly. She smiles sweetly. She smiles sweetly and says, "Don't worry." Oh no, no, no. Where does she hide it inside of her that keeps her peace most every day and won't disappear? My hair's turning gray, but she smiles sweetly. She smiles sweetly. She smiles sweetly and says, "Don't worry."
No guitar in this song.
again, and or again. That's what she said so softly. I understood for once in my life, and feeling good most all of the time. 'Cause she smiled sweetly, she smiled sweetly, she smiled sweetly, and said, don't worry, oh no, 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 oh no, 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 oh no, no, no. Well, she's very wealthy and true, so in that she is one up on you. She's dressed all in red, white, and blue, and she always knows more than you do. She's so affected, cool, calm, collected. She knows who to smile to today. She has just been brought up in that way. She knows all the right games to play, and she always just knows what to say. She's well respected, cool, calm, collected.
Here's that kazoo.
She's so affected, cool, calm, collected. In public, the strain's hard to bear.
Alrighty then. Okay, well let's take a look here at what else Wikipedia has to say about this album. Oops, I didn't mean to start it. Let's see. As he began to on the previous album, Aftermath, Brian Jones introduced a large number of different instruments. We talked about that to the recording session. Originally co-led guitarist with Keith Richards, Jones had become less interested in electric guitar as an instrument, and on this album he only contributed electric guitar on one track apiece on the American release and the British version, so one track on each one, probably different songs, I guess. Let's see, where was I? You see, Bill Wyman plays bass on all except 3 tracks. Well, that's kind of a lot. Which instead features Richards on bass, and drummer Charlie Watts and lead singer Mick Jagger appear on all the tracks. Piano duties were split by 2 session players, original Rolling Stones member Ian Stewart and frequent contributor Jack Nitschitz. Early sessions for the album occurred between the 3rd of August in '66 and the 11th at Los Angeles RCA Studios during the Rolling Stones 1966 American tour. David Hassinger was the engineer for the album, and several songs were worked on. The backing tracks of 6 songs that would appear on the album were recorded, as were those of Let's Spend the Night Together and Who's Driving Your Plane, the B-side of Have You Seen Your Mother, Baby, and Standing in the Shadows. Have You Seen Your Mother, Baby, Standing in the Shadows. Released as a single in late September. During this time, Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys was invited down to RCA Studios during the recordings of My Obsession, which remains one of his favorite Rolling Stones songs. All right, there's a lot more that goes on here. I guess there's a ton of information on this particular album. I'm just reading it off of Spotify, so if you want to look into it more, you can check it out. I kind of just want to get back into the music and see what else they got to offer here. Let's do that. What do you say? Okay, let me start this. This one started, so let me put it back a little bit, and we're going to start with All Sold Out.
Why put the sadness inside of it? Why be so matter of fact? Why put this one bit of hope in me? You sold me out on that side. I hope that you're having fun with it. There's not much left to attack. I hope that you're nearly done with it. You sold me out on that side. All sold out, I'd never seen a mind so tangled, a girl so strangled. All sold out, well I felt so green. It was just like that. I was put down flat. I was sold out, just like that. Oh dear. The point of you doing it, your mind must just jump the track. I took a bit different view out and you sold me out on that side. Hey, hey.
Man, they have gone so far away from the blues and the R&B, just like boom, just like that, boom, gone, done.
My possession, your possession, every piece that I can get. My possession, your possession, my mouth is soaking wet. I think I blew it now. Confession. You can't dodge it. Simple logic. You'd be better off with me. And you'll know it when you lost it. No need. Your possession, you're smiling on my way. My possession, your possession that you should give away. Give it to me now, I've no objection. I don't mind if it's unkind and it's not my property. But I want it just to be mine exclusively. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Things in this world I need teaching with discretion, my profession. My obsession to your possession, you used to the idea. My obsession to your possession, you feel at home right here. You should relax, is my impression. Didn't see you were so young, I could almost feel your sun. Please turn in my direction, no objection.
Interesting. I wonder if that was a song that Richard's played bass on. It sounds like a pick.
What you say, girl? You see what is wrong. You must be joking. You was led along. But the butler, the baker, the laughing cavalier. So tell me now, who's been sleeping here? I wanna know. Tell me, baby, who's been sleeping? What you say, girl? Who'd you see that night? I was doing something right. Oh, the soldier, the sailor, and then there's the three musketeers. Yes, tell me now, who's been sleeping here? Did I ever tell you I wanna know? Hey, Don't you look like a Goldilocks? There must be somewhere you can stop. Yes, there's a northness on these boys, your British brigadier. But he'll tell me now who's been sleeping here. Been eating off my plate. Who would tell me, who'll investigate? There's the sergeants, the soldiers, the cruel old grenadier. But they'll tell me now who's been sleeping here. Was it your mommy, your daddy, who's been sleeping here? Was it your auntie, your uncle, who's been sleeping here? Was it your boyfriend, your girlfriend, who's been sleeping here?
I like that song. I like Mick's voice a lot in that song. It sounds kind of like his later voice. 70s voice. Kind of a Beatles sort of bass lick going on.
She looks so simple in her way, does the same thing every day, but she's dedicated to having her own way. She's very complicated. Yeah.
songs are way more complex. They're really gaining in complexity.
Down and down she goes, out of Mary Jones. I said down and down and down and down. She looked really lovely at home. Till somebody gonna come up and ask her to live happily ever after, Miss Amanda Jones. On and on she goes, little Miss Amanda Jones. I said on and on and on and on, just watch her as she goes. Don't wanna say it very obviously, but she's living on a melody, Miss Amanda Jones. Hey girl, don't you realize the money invested in you? Hey girl, you just got to find someone who really pull your family through. Up and up she goes, on Amanda Jones. I said up and up and up and up. She looks quite delightfully stoned. She's the darling of a discotheque crowd. All the lineage is rightfully proud, Miss Amanda Jones. Hey girl, with your nonsense nose, I'm pointing right down at the floor. Hey girl, your suspender shows, and the girl behind you looks a bit unsure. Round and round she goes, the world of Amanda Jones. I said around and round and round and round, the ball and the dinners and shows. The little girl, she just wanders about till it's time for a coming out, Miss Amanda Jones. Round and round and round, round and round and round, round and round and
Starting to sound more and more like the Stones.
Something happened to me yesterday. Something I can't speak of right away. Something happened to me. Something also groovy. Something happened to me yesterday.
He don't know if it's right or wrong. Maybe he should tell someone. He's not sure just what it was, or if it's against the law.
Something. Something very strange I hear you say. You're talking in a most peculiar way. But something really threw me. Something also threw me. Something happened to me yesterday.
He don't know just where it's gone. He don't really care at all. No one's
Sounds like
sure
Keith.
just what it was, or the meaning, end or cause.
Something.
What kind of joint is this?
Ain't your father's.
against the law.
Something. Someone says there's something more to pay for sins that you committed yesterday. It's really rather drippy, but something also trippy. Something happened to me yesterday.
He don't know just where it's gone. He don't really care at all. No one's sure just what it was, or the meaning and the cause.
Something. Someone singing loud across the bay, sitting on a mat about to pray. Isn't half as loony as something also groovy. Something happened to me yesterday.
He don't know if it's right or wrong. Maybe he should tell someone. He's not sure just what it was, or if it's against the law.
Something. Well, thank you very much, and now I think it's time for us all to go. So from all of us to all of you, not forgetting the boys in the band and our producer, Reg Thorpe, would like to say God bless. So if you're out tonight, don't forget, if you're on your bike, wear white. Evening all.
Well, there you go. Between the Buttons. That was very interesting. I've never heard that album before. And, of course, recognized a couple of Stones classics. Let's Spend the Night Together and Ruby Tuesday. And that was it. That was it. I really liked Who's Been Sleeping Here. That was really good. As the album went on, I started noticing that Mick's voice is starting. I mean, as much as I enjoyed his voice, like I mentioned it many times in all the albums prior to this, Mick sounded great. I loved his voice. But now you can start to hear he's developing that fry, in his voice. Yeah, that fry sound. He's starting to develop that, and that he just used the rest of his career. I can really start to hear that. That was a bizarre album. That was so different than anything else that came before it. A real departure. I mean, I know it almost sounded like they were trying to do almost like Beatles-ish type of stuff, because like the psychedelia, I guess. Maybe that was just kind of what was happening. So they were, and then like that last song, how Beatles do those types of things. And I don't know, it was probably just a lot of bands did that kind of stuff back then. But their songwriting is really developing and becoming more and more complicated, and for the most part, sort of for this album, kind of left that R&B sound. And I mean, one of the songs didn't even have any guitar in it, and I'm not sure what Brian was playing in some of the songs. I couldn't really hear anything, but I could hear the kazoo. I heard what was it? Not the marimbas, but the vibraphone, I think, in this one, or something like that, it said. And it was cool to hear. I always love hearing Keith's voice. I love the way he sings, and I love the way he plays off of Mick together. I really like him throughout their entire career. I love it. And I love a lot of Keith's songs that he sings in records that I've heard or in songs that I've heard, especially like on Some Girls, the one I'm really familiar with. There's a song on there that he sings. I think it's can't remember. And I think there's one, She's My Little Rock and Roll, on that on another record that was real popular in the 80s. So anyways, very, very curious to me. We're getting down the road now. This is a lot of albums we've done of the Stones, and there's still a lot more to go. Still loving Keith's voice. I'm kind of curious as to why Bill didn't play on three of those songs. He's such a good bass player. He's very, very good. He's very unique. He's got a real interesting sense of rhythm and timing. And I don't know if it just, some of these songs were a little bit kind of quirky for him at the time that he couldn't wrap his head around, or if he just wasn't available for sessions, or if Keith just played the bass on it because he was feeling it and Bill was like, that's fine, sounds good, let's move on. But that was a real interesting 12 song collection there. 38 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm learning a lot. I'll tell you what, that was a real education for me right there. As far as Stones go, of course I heard the very popular songs, but all that other stuff in there. So, all of you guys that bought this album back in, what was it, 67, you were all totally like in tune to these songs. Did you like them? Did you enjoy that whole album at the time? Or was it just the two hits off this album that you liked? I don't know. It's a mystery to me, but that was a very, very different album. They're really starting to diversify. Looks like the next album is still another 1967 album, but it's got some of the same songs on it. Like, didn't we just hear Let's Spend the Night Together? And I'll have to look into this and see if this is like a studio album or what is this. Ruby Tuesday, Have You Seen Your Mother, Baby Standing in the Shadows, Let's Spend the Night Together, Lady Jane. Seems like we heard Lady Jane already. Mother's Little Helper. Anyways, I'm not sure, but I'll find out more about it later. But I like that. I like that album for the most part, just because it was so different and so interesting to me. That's about it though. As far as their playing, it was way, 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 way good, way better. They're really developing as fine musicians. There's a lot of interesting chords and cool progressions in the songs. Not so standard blues stuff or 12 bar, 1-4-5 stuff. Really, really moving forward in their songwriting capabilities. I kind of wonder how many of these types of songs they had and how long they had them, or if they kind of wrote them for this album, or how long did they have some of these songs a couple albums before, but they couldn't get them on the record company because the record company wanted them to do these other things. I don't know, but very enjoyable for the most part. It felt a little long, but because I think I wasn't familiar with a lot of these songs. That's why it was like, I was just trying to like listen and hear what was going on musically in the songs, and hear some of the quirky things. And I was trying to decipher what Brian was doing in these songs, because sometimes it just seemed like it was a little bit sparse and there wasn't a lot of instrumentation going on. Very odd stuff going on there. I guess that's the psychedelia type of thing that it was mentioning in the Wikipedia article I was reading. But I guess now I know what that one word is. What the Baroque pop balladry. Is that what we just heard, that last song? I don't know. There was a couple songs that I thought maybe that was the Baroque pop balladry. I do not know. Very curious. Well, let me know what you think of this album. It seems like I've seen this album cover. It's an iconic album cover. My parents, I think, had this album. I would see it, but I think I might have listened to to like off my cloud and what was the other one? Ruby Tuesday, I think. Obviously, those songs were huge, and I probably listened to those songs off this album, but the rest of it probably didn't appeal to me as much. And even today, you know, it's not super great. It's not really totally appealing to me. Just I find it interesting. But of course, I love Let's Spend the Night Together and Ruby Tuesday. Those are great songs. But also, it's been driven into me for all these years too. So maybe that's just the familiarity of it. No, they're good songs. They're good songs. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And looking forward to more Stones. I'm doing some Queen. I'm going to do some albums of David Bowie. So look forward to that. And if you want to help out the channel, go check out my Patreon and my Ko-Fi. You can recommend songs over there if you feel like doing that and helping out the channel. Or you can let me know what you want to hear me react to down in the comments as well. And I love to see your comments. I love to read them. And I like responding to them as well. So don't be shy. Let yourself be known. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And you guys enjoy the channel. Talk to you later.